you to the Inspiration in 30. My name is Gloria Ward, and I'm the founder of the I'm Loving Me Project, where we inspire women to love themselves. As you can see, I messed up my chain. It broke, like the jump ring came off of it. So now I gotta buy like the little small piece of the jump ring to get my cross back on. I feel so naked without it. But my name is Gloria Ward. I'm the founder of the I'm Loving Me Project, and I'm so happy that you're here with me on a Monday morning. And again, look at the date. It is September 28th. I'm telling you, the new year is going to be here like this. And we're going to be sitting here like, whoa, are we out this thing of 2020? What's going to happen with the new year? Where are we going? How are we, how is the next year going to be? What we know for sure is that we're going into 2021 with a new president, a new administration, hopefully. And we're just going to have to rock it out and see how things turn out. But what I want to do is I want to welcome you guys here. I hope that you guys are signed up on our email list. If not, please go to imlovingme.net. Go ahead and sign up for our email list. I mean, our newsletter is like the bomb. The ladies have really stepped it up by giving you all the information as far as the stories, the articles that ladies are writing, and also all of the things that's happening with us. We're going to have another Empower Her session coming up in October with our fabulous coach, Ellie Curry. We're putting that together right now. We enjoyed the last one with our coach, uh, um, our coach that we had, Miss Phillips, Andrina Phillips. Hey, Kimberly. And, now we are just on this run. What I'm doing is, and what I'm putting together for you guys, is I'm trying to make sure that we get more sense of a community. So we participate in more things. I know a lot of you is like, well, Gloria, I want to be able to start my business. I want to be able to, get my business off the ground or pivot my business, all that stuff. I know we've been slacking on the business side of things only because we've been looking for a good business coach. So my team and I has been sitting around and they're like, Gloria, you're just gonna have to do this shit. You're just gonna have to be the one that get out there and really show the ladies what it means to start and grow a business because you have the best story for it. But I don't like, just being out there, over and over and over again. I like different opinions from people, you know what I'm saying? And I like to make sure that we have other people in the industry that I can bring you to go ahead and, grow your business or do whatever it is that you want to do. But unfortunately, the people that we've been receiving, I keep telling you guys, you gotta go through something rigorous to get through these doors. Only because you gotta know what you know, right? Hey, Deborah, you gotta know what you know, and you have to be able to really showcase that and show it. Only because I'm not bringing you nobody who is just like slacking. If you come to me and you say, Gloria, I'm trying to live my highest and truest self, I'm trying to get unstuck. I want to be able to start this business. I want to be able to, manage my life better. I got to bring you the best, right? I got to bring you the best. I study hard every day to make sure that I bring you some good information, right? I'm not just going to bring you somebody who's just going to sit up here and jump and smile at you, and all of a sudden you get off the Zoom or the live and you're like, well, what the hell did I just learn? I don't know what I don't know what I learned, but that's real. So I want to let you guys know is that we're going to start the business side of that starting in October. And so we're going to go from the basics because I do know how to start and grow a business. You guys know my story. I divorced in this one bedroom apartment, and we are building as we go along, right? So I have a story to tell about business and business success and how you get to your next level. And also you could check out our YouTube. If you can, subscribe to our YouTube, because we're trying to get our subscriber base up for that. And I did an interview with the DMV Daily where we talked about business and entrepreneurship. So please look out for some of that information coming on Facebook and social media, because we are going to round up our community of women. I don't know if you saw our Girls Leap website, which is mainly focused on women in business and current events, but we have launched that in order to go ahead and really start to build up that part of the community. So if you are a woman in business or thinking about it, or feel like, she wants to grow, or not sure what to do or how to, get into the nonprofit sector, the profit sector, how to sell, how to do all those amazing things that it takes to run a business, don't worry about it. Here I come. I just needed to go ahead and finally accept that sometimes you need to lead by example, right? Because I'm telling you, I'm very hard on people when it comes to introducing them to you. So, anyway, so just look out for that. Sign up when it does come out. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's going to be coming out. But what I want you to know is that it is going to be October 1st in a couple of days. We don't have that much time, y'all, to be figuring out what we want to do with our life, right? And that's why I picked the topic of trust yourself, because it is time. I don't I don't know how you feel, but for myself, I'm saying the way the world is going and running, who can you really depend on but yourself, right? The decisions and everything that you make, you have to make good decisions for yourself and for your family, right? Think about it. Everyone, I know, especially here in Atlanta, uh, I went. Uh, I went to a restaurant, Louisiana Bistro. If you're in Atlanta, you heard about it, Louisiana Bistro. And I went to go sit down and eat. And they had like social distancing and stuff like that or whatever. And I was talking to the server that was there. And the guy, he was a server, and he said, "Yeah, I graduated college. I have a bachelor's degree in economics, and I can't get a job, right? And so I'm here busting tables until this whole COVID thing is over, so that I could go ahead and get a job." And so I said to him, I said, "Well, what you waiting on, honey? Because COVID ain't going to be over for a long time. What else you got?" Right? And he said, "Well, it's hard to get out there and get a job and do all of these things. And so I'm just working here." And I said, "Hey, Vanessa," I said, "Well, honey, if you are waiting for someone to give you something, you're never going to get there. You're going to have to trust yourself and put yourself out there and let the world know what it is that you have and have to offer, because the world is not coming to you. The world is looking for you to get yourself together and go after it." So he said, "I don't understand how to do that." And so now, my my eating time becomes a session, right? Because I'm telling you, I know God has put this in my heart to go ahead and just go around and just teach. I promise you, because we are so used to people giving us something that we forget how to go out there and get these opportunities for ourselves, right? So he said, "Well, I really don't know how to do that." I submitted my resume, right? And when I submit my resume, I don't, I'm not getting any calls back. So your girl. So I said, "Go get my food." I said, "And let me see your resume," right? So he's like, "What?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Maybe it's something that you don't know," right? So he went and he put my order in and everything. And then I get this email. I told him to email me, and he sends me his resume. Y'all, I said, "Is this your resume?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." I said, "Well, I see why nobody's calling you back." And he said, "Why?" I said, "Because I don't know what you do. I have to look way down on the paper, and the only thing that I see is that you went to school. That's it." I said, "What else are you doing?" He said, "Well, I just got out of college and I did an internship." And I'm like, "Well, where's that at?" And he like, "Oh, that's the third thing down. So what he did was, and what he didn't notice was that in order for him to get his current job, he put his customer service work at the top so that a restaurant can see that he has customer service skills. So he's able to get that job. And so what I told him is, if you print this out, honey, and you look at it, you right where you want to, you right where you need to be. You are right at the job that you're supposed to be at. And he said, how do you know that? I said, because I'm the outside person looking. And when I look at your resume, the only thing that I see is that you had a customer service job where you were good at working with people. I said, now, if you want to go into economics, you're going to have to switch this around. You have to show me that you know some kind of financial stuff where I can at least hire you for customer service at a bank. Does that make sense? And so he said, yeah, but I don't know how to do that. I said, what we do, honey, is we put all the economic stuff at the top. We put it in big, bold letters about what it is that we can do and what the results we can make. Because at this time, people are at home. They're not looking way down here to see that you graduated from school in economics. What you do with it, right? What you do with it. And I say it to you guys over and over again, and we are going to implement this here, and it will be up to you to take advantage of this. I said it before, and I will say it again. Certifications is going to be top priority in 2021. If you hearing me, hear me. Certification in Microsoft, QuickBooks, all those specialized things, medical coding, that's going to be huge because most of the, most of the hospitals and people need medical coders, right? Those are going to be big things that's going to be coming down the pipe. So if you are in the market for a career, if you are in the market for a business, you have to be able to learn how to pivot and be ready. So I gave him some pointers about his resume and everything because he couldn't see. And so I said to him, I said, how much do you trust yourself in order to step out there and really start to work in your field? And he said, oh yeah, I think I'm smart at what I'm doing. I said, well, go to a financial firm and you tell them that you will work part-time for them. And if they say they can't pay you, so what? You already got a job. Go and get the experience. And the little baby was like, well, I work a lot here and I got to make sure that, they allow me to work because I only got 2 days off here and I work on a weekend. I said, well, usually, honey, financial firms work 5 days a week. You're off on the weekends. And so those 2 days off, can you switch to the days of the week so that you could go ahead and volunteer or get paid part-time to do what you want to do? Because experience is what people are looking for now. And he said, oh yeah, I could try that. I could do that. And so I said, well, you know what? When you start to trust yourself more, that's when things start to turn around. Because when you start to trust yourself, you gain belief, right? And when you gain belief, you start to take steps. I read this thing this morning where they said, nothing is real to us unless we make it real. Nothing can touch us unless we let it touch us. Refuse to have your feelings hurt. Refuse to receive anyone's condemnation in the interdependence of your own mentality. Believe and feel that you are wonderful. That is not conceit. It is the truth, right? And it was another one that I read. I love I actually love my spiritual healing book. This is something that I read every day, only because it has this chapter on faith that is like the best thing, right? It says faith is a faculty of the mind that finds its highest expression in a religious attitude. But always the man who has faith in his own ability accomplishes far more than the one who has no faith or confidence in himself. Those who have great faith have great power. It must be, it says, so why is it that one man's prayer are answered while another's remain unanswered? It cannot be that God desires more good for one person than the other. It must be that all persons in their approach to reality receives results, not because of what they believe in, but because of their belief. Faith is an affirmative mental approach to reality. So then it says, someone has said to the entire world is suffering from one big fear, the fear that God will not answer our prayers. Let us analyze the fears which possess us and see if it is true. The fear of lack is nothing more than the belief that God does not and will not supply us with whatever we need. The fear of death is the belief that promises of eternal life may not be true. The fear of loss of health, loss of friends, loss of property, all arise from the belief that God is not all that we claim. But what is fear? Nothing more nor less than the negative use of faith. Faith misplaced, a belief in two powers instead of one, a belief that there can be a power opposed to God who influence and ability may bring us evil. And then I close the book. Right? Because what happens? We have faith and trust when things don't work out. We say to ourselves, oh, that shit ain't gonna work out. Oh, it's too late for me. I'm too old. I'm too this. I'm too that. Right? We got faith in that. But when we need to turn that around to have faith in ourselves and trust ourselves and to believe in our own power and figure out a way in which we can take our lives to the next level, to us, we start to think that is hard work. We start to get a lot of fear. We start to think that people are going to judge us, who's going to hurt us, who's going to take advantage of us, right? Where all we need to do is trust ourselves, have faith in ourselves, and know even if that shit don't work out, we tried, right? Even if it don't work out, we tried. We gave it all that we got. And then even then, that's not the end, because we can still look at our situation and pivot around and see how we can move forward with what it is that we really want, right? That's why we always talk about how things start with the mind first, because it's the way that you come into the game. That's how you play it. However you come into the game. If you don't come into the game with no strategy, anything will do. If you come into the game with fear, the first thing that scares you, you're going to quit, right? If you come into the game with a bad attitude, feeling lonely, all that stuff, you are attracting all of that stuff to you, right? We no longer can say, somebody broke our heart really bad. And, at this point in time in our life, I'm just trying to get over it. I'm not trying to, be seen out there again. It's like, well, girl, what you going to do for the rest of your life? Just sit at home? My husband passed, and, we feel like we have to honor their death by never seeing anyone again. Right? Talking about it's hard to get back out there. No, it's not. No, it's not. But what's hard is, and what we understand is that we got to get ourselves together before we get out there. We got to be able to trust ourselves before we get out there. We got to be able to know just how good we are before we get out there. And we sit up there and we say, God damn it, I'm going to get this right, because this is my time. This is my time. I know what God put in my heart. I know that I deserve love. I am love. I know that I am not supposed to be struggling like this. I know it. I know my life should not be this way. And when I look at everything, I see where I'm making my mistakes. And you know where I'm making my mistakes? Is I'm not trusting myself enough. I'm not loving on myself enough to make a decision and stick to it because I'm still allowing people on the outside to tell me what's right or wrong, right? And that's nothing to beat ourselves up about because we all do it. But what we got to understand is that at the end of the day, whatever decisions we make affect us, right? It affects us and it affects our life and it affects where we're going. So when we look at our lives, we say, we're up there and we're saying to ourselves, like, okay, it's about to be 2021. Kimberly, Deborah, Vanessa, what are we going to do now that we're here? Right? This is what 2020 looked like. What is 2021 going to look like? How am I going to make the change? How am I going to change my body and my mind? How am I going to really work on myself? What are some of the steps that I can take in order to start getting me together? How do I start getting over this heartbreak, getting over, this pain that I'm feeling, managing my trauma? How do I start doing that? Because I'm tired of holding on to it, right? I'm tired of sitting here thinking that it's never going to be my time, that this is the life that I have to expect. No, it's not. No, it's not. Whatever dream that you have for your life, whatever God has put in you, think 10 times bigger because that's where you belong. Think 10 times bigger because that's where you have the faith and the belief, and that's where God wants you, right? How do you get there? Just like I told the little baby in the restaurant. Because see, the baby didn't believe in his skills. That's why he's bussing tables. Do you understand me? He knows that he has a degree. But I told you guys, even having a degree don't mean nothing if you don't know what you're doing. And if you need to go out there and practice, you have to be able to serve first in order to reap the rewards, right? So that baby can potentially be stuck at that job for a very long time because he doesn't trust himself. You get it? That baby will be stuck right where he is in life because he doesn't believe that there is more. And if he does believe, he doesn't know how to get it. And so he's going to stay stuck. That's how we get stuck, right? But I told him, honey, you don't belong here. You do not belong here because we need you out there. We need those economists. We need those financial people to tell us how to manage our money, how to build wealth. And here you are sitting in a restaurant because you don't know how to get to the next step. Well, the next step is to work on your mind, to believe and have faith and trust yourself to get out there. Why waste all that talent God gave you? Because you are so afraid to bet on yourself. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Erica. Hey, Andrea. Why would we sit up there and waste that talent because we are so afraid to trust ourselves and bet on ourselves? Why would we do that? Only because, like I said, in that baby's instance, that's all he knows. He knows to go to college, write a resume, submit the resume, to go get a job. Okay, you submitted the resume, you're not getting any calls back. Your self-esteem starts to tank because you feel like you're not good enough, right? And then you say, well, this is all I can get. The world is telling me I'm not good enough. The world is telling me that they don't want me because they're not calling me. No, baby. No, baby. When you look at the cards you dealt, you're not playing the game. That's the first thing. You're not playing the game because nobody told you how to get in it. Nobody told you how you can start to get your life to the next level. So you smacking around and banging your head around trying to figure out how to do it. Right? It's not until someone comes along and say, hey, let me take a look at what you got and say, oh, I can understand why you ain't going so far, honey, because you were never taught what to do. Right? And most of us are not, because that is not our reality in our environment. Most of us are living day to day, got day to day friends, not talking about goals, not talking about achieving anything. We just going on about life. But we know that there is something else inside of us. We know that there's something ringing, and we go and we search for it. That's why you guys are here, because God told you to do more stuff. He told you to get out there and trust yourself. He already told you that you have to go ahead and bet on you, right? So the good thing about all of you guys who are on right now is that you trusted yourself enough, and you trusted your gut enough to know that you need to get out and search for something. There's something that I need to look for because there's a hole somewhere in me, and I don't know what it is, but I need to go ahead and look and figure out and find something. So you are here, right? And now that you are here and you're getting fed and you're thinking about stuff, now you get to see, like, wow, well, maybe I've been looking at this thing a little bit wrong. Maybe I need to trust myself a little bit more. Maybe I need to go ahead and at least take another step in my life. And that's all I'm trying to tell you. From now until forever, the person that you should always bet on is you, right? The person that you should trust the most is yourself. Knowing that every decision that you make for your life affects you in a positive or a negative way, right? Don't be afraid to jump out there. That's what life is about. Life is a journey. It is for you to go ahead and bump your leg, your head, your eye, everything until you get it right. But the most important thing that I want you to know is that when you have people who have walked the path, like that young man, I've walked the path before. When you have people who have walked the path who can tell you what you can do to get to the next level, listen to them. They might not have all the answers, right? You're not going to copy what they did. What you're doing is you listen for the nuggets that you need, and then you make the final decision on how you proceed in your life. Because at the end of the day, you carry yourself around with you everywhere you go. Right? I'm not going to be there. The mama ain't going to be there. The sister, the cousin, nobody's going to be there. In those hours that you are by yourself, that's where you start to make decisions. That's where you start to say, you know what? Man, Erica, Andrina, Vanessa, Kimberly, I'm going for it. I'm going for it. I cannot sit here another day and be down on myself because I was rejected by somebody left me, or they don't think I'm good at my job, or I can't get this done because I'm not smart enough, or I can't get this done because I don't have the ability, the intellect. No, 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 no. Why do we have faith in those things? Have faith in knowing just how brilliant and lovely and beautiful you are. Have faith in knowing that even if the world rejects you out there, you still got yourself. Because at the end of the day, the world loves a hero, right? So we're not worried about what he say and she say and all that stuff. What we do is we trust our gut. That's what God gave it to us for. We trust ourselves, and we look and we think and we say, you know what? Not no more. 2021, I gotta make it happen for me. I gotta make it happen for me. I don't have no choice. I mean, literally, no choice. There is no place where the world has turned where we could just sit back and chill and just be like, I'm gonna let the year ride on by and I'm gonna, go ahead and try to hide as much as I can. It ain't working that way, right? Even if you try this week, I want you to pick something that you know that you had on a back burner for a very long time. And the only thing that I want you to do is I want you to take one step towards accomplishing that thing. Just one step. And if you feel like you could take another, just take another. But what I want you to understand is that faith comes from hearing and hearing and hearing and hearing. Whoever said that, right? Faith comes in knowing that you know that you know that you know. Faith comes by not compromising your belief in who you are and what you do, right? So let's go ahead and take one thing and let's see what we could do with it. Let's just rock with that in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Let's rock with that in the beginning. Let's love on ourselves this week. Like I said, I don't know about y'all, but I'm looking at these months go by and I got my mouth open. I am saying to myself, I know that by the end of this year, I gotta make some changes for myself, right? I truly have to become what God has put in me to become. And that's a scary thing. You know why, y'all? And I'm saying all this because I battle too, right? Because I am in this place in my life where I know I should be out there doing more as far as this project is concerned. But I've been trained as an IT person to stay in the background. I've been trained to do that. And so my training, right? My training gets in the way of what God has told me to do. Sometimes, not all the time, right? But I know, I know for sure that I can't find nobody because sometimes you got to be the role model, right? Because I know what God is saying, Gloria. Nope. You're not going to give this responsibility that I gave you to somebody else. You're not going to throw that responsibility on somebody else and cheer somebody else on. I need you to get your ass out there. You know what I'm saying? And inside, I know that, right? Inside, I know that. And I'm saying to myself, well, maybe we can find someone, that I can work with. No, 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 honey. If they ain't coming, it's for a reason. It's not their assignment. So as much as we want to throw off the things that God has told us to do to someone else and make excuses and do all that stuff, we can't run from it, right? Isn't that crazy? Because it keeps coming up, it keeps surfacing, it keeps doing all this stuff. And it ain't right because it's so hard to accomplish. Have you guys ever felt that way? The things that you know that you are not supposed to be doing, you are met with so much resistance. But when it's something that you know is for you and you have faith and belief, man, that thing runs like water. And I know that for a fact. That thing runs like water and everything just come into place. If it is some hiccups, it's not that big. It's always something you can handle. You know? So I say to you guys in closing, trust yourself. Listen to what God is telling you to do. And that's for me too. Step up to the plate. Let's step up to the plate. What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Can't wait for COVID to be over. Can't blame the outside world. Right? Like I told that baby, the world ain't coming for you, honey. If you sitting up there waiting for somebody to pick up your resume and give you a chance, they not coming. You have to get out there and you have to do it for yourself. We're not saying go ahead and be aggressive and don't have a plan. What we're saying is trust yourself and understand that when you do get out there, you got that whole armor on and you ready for battle because you know that you know that you know what God has told you and what he said you're supposed to be doing. He talks to you every day, telling you what your mission is. We have to listen and we got to do it. So I know I'm stepping up and you will see me out there helping all of you guys who want to start a business, be in business and all that stuff. That's what he told me to do. So I'm going to be stepping up and doing that. What is it that you're going to step up and do? It doesn't have to be all, grandiose so you feel like, it really doesn't mean anything. Everything in your life means something, right? All right, I got to go. I love y'all. We got a lot of interviews this week. So please, we're going to put it out there. I think tomorrow we got like 3 and then another one on Thursday. And so we got a lot of people coming on the platform to drop some nuggets for you and our self-love conversation. Again, please sign up on our website. We will be doing more business events with our Girls Leap. We're just going to start packing y'all in to get whatever y'all need to get ready for the new year. We're going to have that business license. We're going to do that LLC. We're going to do that S Corp, all that stuff to get you prepared for the new year. If you want to have a business, work on your business, start it, website, all that stuff is coming out. Okay. Our community is filled with a whole bunch of thriving women. We work on our mental and we work on our money. Okay. So I want you to participate if you like to. And we're going to see how it goes. So I will talk to you tomorrow, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I want you to smile at somebody else today, and I want you to trust yourself. Trust and know that that vision, that plan, that gut feeling, that whatever it is that's inside of you that God gave you, it is there because you are supposed to change the world. You are supposed to get out there and give your talents and your gifts to the world. And like I always tell you, the world is waiting on you. The world is waiting on you to get ready. And once you decide to get ready, watch your life open up. Your life gets better. Okay? So